Hey, hi everybody. Wow. Hi, Julie. You're
Hey,
back again.
Steve.
Hi, Melanie.
I'm back again. I had so
Boy,
much
what a
fun
show we have
last week.
today. Now, we have a special guest. That's gonna be I'm gonna bring him up in just a second here. But we got to give introductions here because it's been a little while since he's been on. Roman Gottfried. He's international behavior consultant. He works around the world, and Great Pyrenees is he's done a lot of them. All right, and he's a colleague of ours, and in fact, because I'm gonna bring Roman up here. Hi, Roman.
Hi,
Hi
Roman.
there.
And where are you?
You don't want to know.
Aren't you somewhere around Athens, Greece?
Oh,
Yep. Nice and nice
Okay.
and warm.
So nice and warm. He's all bundled up. They don't make heat in houses in Greece, just so you know. So, and that brings up something that with Roman here, be a perfect time to test it out. StreamYard is our platform that we do a show on. And they're offering something new again, and we can take polls. So Melanie created a poll, and I think she's going to bring it up. Maybe not. I don't know.
Scrolled up to that.
I can bring it up. There you go. So, and what the poll is, we have a question. What would you want to have discussed for a behavior section? Now, this is for the future, okay? And if you type number 1 into the comments, then that'll be whatever that one was. What was that first one? Dog introductions. And if you type number 2 in the comments, that will automatically fill resource guarding, okay? And that will fill this poll up. So, and right now we've got the poll visible, but it's not active yet. I think we got to hit resume, don't we?
There it goes.
This is our first time we've done it. There we go. So the poll is live, and there's your question. Now, depending on how this goes, this is all new to us, all right? Wow, we've already got a resource guarding. We got our first response. So, but anyway, it will automatically fill those, and 100% of you want resource guarding. 100% of one of you. Okay. Anyway,
We can do it today if you guys want. I don't mind.
well, we have something special for you. All right.
Oh,
And
in the
but
poll.
before that, we have some amazing dogs coming on, and well, all 3 of them are pocket peers. Here's our first one. We pocket peers, little itty bitty dogs. Okay. And there's there's Felicity, our first itty bitty dog. Where'd she go? Oh, she's behind the pole. Move that pole for me.
There you go.
Thank
It's
you.
still active. You can still type.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. And look at how gorgeous she is. And she doesn't look like she weighs less than 75 pounds.
Oh, she does. She weighs more than that.
Oh, she weighs more than 75?
Yeah, she's not a pocket.
Oh, she's not a pocket peer. Okay.
No.
My mistake.
She's
Wow.
she's a very sweet girl though.
But she sure is good looking little girl. Now,
Hey,
you're not
Steve,
in Texas and you're not in the Pacific Northwest. You're somewhere else, aren't you, Elle?
I am. I'm in Delaware. It's a little bit south of Philadelphia.
Okay. And so now let's start with talking about this beautiful girl. What can you tell us about her? Just a summary for now, and we'll probably have some questions.
Sure. So Felicity is one of the happiest girls ever. She has never met a stranger. She likes every human she's ever met. She is very sad because my husband just opened the garage door and is leaving. So she does have some separation anxiety. Hey, you're fine. I'm still here.
Elle, don't worry about it. That's the rule. As soon as the show starts, we get distractions, okay?
So she does have some separation anxiety and some resource guarding. She is great though on a leash. She is very active. So even though she's 6, she does not move like she's 6. She's a very limber young lady. She likes cats. She likes dogs. She likes kids. She comes to work with me a lot of days. And so she meets lots of people there. She's working on some manners about jumping and, peer paw inappropriately and things like that. But she's learning very quickly.
Now, wait a minute. You saw what it takes for her to learn how to do that peer paw, right?
Yeah. So I just
Okay.
try to be careful with it with elderly people so that she can't hurt them.
Okay.
But,
And that is fair. And that actually is a legitimate concern.
exactly. So, but she does very, very well. And I don't know, what else would you like to know, I guess?
How about, well, wow, you covered a lot. She does well with kids. Does well with kids and seniors and cats and other dogs, right? Other dogs
Yes.
too?
Yes, I'd say she'd be okay with littler kids as long as the owners are familiar with bigger dogs that resource guard. So
Okay,
toddlers might be too.
So she does guard her resources.
She does, but only food. So she's not bad about bones or toys or anything like that.
Okay.
So
So
definitely.
she's a normal.
separately.
So she's a normal animal guarding her food.
A little excessive on the guarding of the food, but yes.
Okay.
And is that with people and dogs, or is it just with other dogs?
It's just with the other dog
Okay, that's
and the cat.
And you know why? Because if she walks away from her food, they'll come over and eat it.
Exactly.
So isn't that a legitimate situation now?
It is, but again, there's appropriate ways of doing that and inappropriate ways of doing that. And I'm sure Roman can talk about that as well.
Yeah. And we are going to ask Roman about that if we got time after Apollo. Actually, let's ask Roman about that right now. Resource guarding of the food, Roman. I can make one statement before Roman starts. Has anybody ever walked up behind a horse while they're eating and get kicked in the next week? Okay.
Well, resource guarding is not a breed trade. I said it's a species trade.
Mm-hmm.
Dogs are more resource guarders than wolves are. That aside, resource guarding is a personal experience, and dogs may feel their resources being under threat for medical reasons, for past experiences, for stress, for hunger, or any type of environmental impact where the dog feels that if he doesn't protect his food, it's going to be gone. Right? So usually dogs in stress situations, in a new environment, another person coming in the house, another dog, we moved furniture around, can trigger resource guarding because the dog cannot predict what's going to happen next. So at least he has his food safe.
Mm-hmm.
That's in simple context.
Okay. Now, isn't it true that sometimes it can just look like resource guarding and it's not really about the food? It could be trigger stacking and the food was the last stacked trigger and we can confuse it?
True, but it's still resource guarding.
It is.
End,
Absolutely.
right? But how it got
And it
there
still shouldn't shock anybody.
No, I actually expect a dog to resource guard when I take a dog in for work or I'm having my dogs boarding somewhere. I expect them to resource guard. Actually, I want them to do that.
Yeah.
It's a healthy behavior. We do it. Remember last time in your election, people resource guard toilet paper? Okay.
Good point. Well taken. And besides that, what do we do when we get home? We lock our doors. Isn't that guarding our resources?
It's felt safety, part of guarding. Yeah.
But what happens if somebody breaks in to steal your refrigerator full of food? You're probably
Right.
going to shoot them.
I would say resource guarding is more wearing a wedding ring when you go to a party so everybody knows that you're taken.
Okay. At least with if a human breaks into the house and the dog's there, the worst that can happen to him is he might get bitten.
Yeah.
With us, they're going to get hurt with humans. Okay, typically. With me, I don't worry about it. I got 3 livestock guardian breeds. They ain't going to get to me.
So Ellie, what do you do? What is your routine for feeding Felicity? Then
Sure.
knowing that she resource guards.
Sure. So she's just fed completely separately. I always feed my dogs separately. It's a good rule of thumb in my mind. But she is fed separately, and she is actually crate trained. So she gets fed in her crate so that it's a, positive experience while she's in there.
Good. But she clearly doesn't have to live in there because
no,
we see her on the couch. We see her.
Exactly.
We see a couch potato right now.
Exactly.
Now,
and
Roman,
Sydney's absolutely right. That is such a pretty girl.
She really is. I have a question, Roman.
Yes.
So if a dog, is it good to feed a resource guard dog in their crate? Or does that lead to additional problems because then they equate food crate resource guard?
Great question.
That is a good question.
I'm not a crate fan. I prefer a gated area where the dog has room to navigate. Crate is usually quite small and puts the dog in a confined place, and a confined place can cause additional issues. If resource guarding is a medical issue, the dog may show resource guarding more than he should because he cannot deal with the situation because the dog is crated. A good setup is literally a safe place where your dog feels safe to eat in an area that he doesn't feel threatened by other animals or people. A dog resource guards, I would not feed him in the kitchen.
No.
I'll feed him in an area that's more neutral. A kitchen is already a trigger point. During cooking time, a dog who has resource guarding issues may already trigger. If a dog has a past experience of neglect, being a puppy, left alone in the yard, not being fed properly when he was young, underfed, for example, it's very often I see dogs who show resource guarding as adult dogs have experiences of not being properly fed when they were puppies. And so feeding time becomes a stressor. And if you're cooking or doing something in the kitchen, can already trigger the dog's resource guarding, and we don't see it coming. So another dog approaches and says, "Hey, what are you guys doing in the kitchen?" That can already cause a fight. People think it's territorial, but in fact, it's stress-induced resource guarding.
Right. And keep in mind that Roman's giving you a scenario that can happen, has happened, but it doesn't mean it will happen. Okay.
Exactly.
So we go with what you. I know Elle takes good care of dogs, and she can read most of the signals, and I don't think Elle believes she's putting her into a position that she said herself that's where she feels comfortable and safe.
Exactly. And her gate is open. She can come and go in and out of that crate while she's there. So it's just in a completely separate room and something positive for inside the crates.
Right. You're making everything easy.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that I noticed for senior dogs who are hangry by the end of the day, giving them an in-between meal helps them overcome their food stressors because of the blood sugar drop. And sometimes dogs are impatient, even though they're in the crate. I prefer to give them a little snack to overcome the waiting time, so they have something to snack. It makes a good association when mom is doing something or dad doing something in the kitchen. I don't have to worry about things because I have already something to chew on.
That's right. Yeah. And
now, Felicity.
Go ahead, you go.
I'm sorry. Felicity is such a beautiful dog, and it looks like she's working, now to keep her safe with her resource guarding. Roman and Steve, just to let people know, can dogs get over resource guarding? I mean, that's something that we can.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right. And that's important to know, with Felicity, looking at that now. Too, because she's got so many wonderful traits that this is something that she can learn.
Well, believe it or not, Now you're going to love, and Roman will probably agree with most of this. Time will help a lot. The more that they eat and another dog does not interfere, the less they're worried about another dog interfering.
Absolutely. And
But there are steps we can take.
She's only been with me 3 weeks, so things are still pretty new for her, you know, so she's still learning everything and getting there. I think Rena asked how she does with my other dog. She does great with him. They just kind of coexist. She's not like some of the others I've fostered where they need another dog. She just needs people who will be around and pet her all the time. She is one that's all she really cares about. If there's another dog, great. If there's another cat, great. But she just wants somebody to pet her as close to 24/7 as possible.
And it looks like she might need a couch.
I was just going to say.
She will actually lay in a dog bed, which most peers don't, it seems like. But she does have a dog bed that she likes as well.
Yeah. Buying a dog bed is a crapshoot for a Great Pyrenees. I get that. All right. So what would, Elle, in your mind, let's just structure, what would the perfect home for Felicity look like in your mind with what you know right now?
Sure. Somebody who either works from home, retirees, can take her to work with them most days. She gets very, very, very anxious, and it carries over into the next day if she has to stay at home without me someday. So that is very, very key, is that somebody be available for her as much as possible during the day. And then beyond that, I mean, I live in a fairly quiet neighborhood, lots of trees and things, and she does great here. She's previously lived in more urban environments and did well there as well. I think that she would be a dog who would be fine in like a condo or an apartment or something like that. Like, she doesn't need the yard as much. She needs the human interaction.
Wow, cool. All right. And by the way, and just so you know, once again, Elle's only had her just a few weeks. So some of this, it's hard to judge how much of this behavior is actually part of her personality.
Exactly.
All right. But
can she be an only dog? Is that something?
Absolutely. She was an only dog at her last home.
Oh, that's great.
You do realize you're describing the perfect peer, right?
She really, really is. I mean, it just can't be somebody who has a really busy lifestyle and can't be around, you know, but they do have to be comfortable with the fact that, you know, he's had a life. And so there are things that come with that. Okay.
Wow. Well, Elle, thank you for caring for her and fostering her and bringing her on. But she looks like kind of an easy dog.
She's one of the easiest I've ever fostered or owned. Yes.
Wow. That's awesome. And we do got to move forward here. I'm going to go ahead and leave you up here. And if you got to exit, just feel free.
Sure.
And next, we're going to bring up a pocket peer. Now, this dog technically 75 pounds and less is classified a pocket peer by the rescues, if I remember right. All right. And make no mistake, that is a term. Don't try to put the dog in your pocket. Okay. The dog may argue about that. So now we're still in the Northeast here. Hi, Mark.
Hey there. How are you?
Yeah,
I'm a disembodied voice off camera, but the one you can see right there is Mavis.
And that's Miss Felicity.
That is Mavis.
I'm sorry, Miss Mavis.
Yep. She's currently being brushed by my beautiful fiance, Cass.
Okay.
Thank you for the help, Cass. Or at least they're working on it. You can see the brushes in hand.
Looks like you brushed all the hair off of her.
Oh, yeah. She's had quite a few, but she's very good and patient for them. So you take advantage when you can.
Yes.
Is that ever possible with a peer to get all the hair up? Or
Nope.
maybe it just goes on to you.
You can make a big difference, but you'll never finish.
That's good.
That's the most I've ever seen, but she's classic, except she's itty bitty tiny, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yep, very thin, but she's young
so
yet. I think she'll
How
fill
long
out a
you
bit.
had her? How long
We've
you
had her about 3 weeks.
Okay. So she must have come up on the same transport as Felicity then, huh?
Quite possibly the 11th. She hit Maine.
Okay. So what can you tell us about her in the 3 weeks that you've had her? How's
Well,
she do with other dogs?
she's a little nervous about, meeting any new beings, whether they be dog or person. She's great with guests, kind of calm guests coming in and visiting. She'll be happy to meet like a single person who isn't looking to run over and hug the dog right away. I actually introduced her to our 8-year-old neighbor, and she was, a little bit cowering behind me at first, but then I gave my neighbor a milk bone to entice her with, and she came over, ate the whole thing. There was no aggression after that, and she just kind of relaxed and allowed the petting. So if you can introduce slow and you can control the traffic, she's can be a good friend to anyone.
Okay.
How
But
old is
also,
she?
I think the primary thing to point out about Mavis is she is very interested in physical contact. She doesn't love jumping up on the furniture, but she will jump up on you when you're on the furniture. And if you're,
So
just
she's a lap
walking,
dog.
yeah. And if you're walking in any direction that she can spot, she will get herself 3 feet in front of you and then try to rub up against you with with her shoulders. So I've got to say, she's
All right.
very easy to walk. She doesn't pull you at all. You're not going to get,
Matter of
you're not
fact,
going
she
to do any
does
sledding.
kind
Huh?
of. Matter of fact, we were talking about her walks take a little longer than most, huh?
Oh, yes. She is a stop and investigate type of walker. She does extend
Okay.
the the length. But
Felicity is
I would say if
insisting
you're a
on being
senior,
up
you might have
there.
to watch out because she'll be in your way when you take steps.
All right. Felicity keeps automatically coming up there. We got to keep Felicity away from the device.
Well, she's being
But I
so
do
very
want to add
exciting. How can she
something
not?
before we go on, Mark. Hang on just
Yeah.
a second. I've got a late note here from Elle, Felicity's foster.
Mhm.
At the end of May, she's going to be driving from Delaware to Iowa. So if an adopter lives in that direction, that would be a perfect opportunity for transport.
Cool.
Just so everybody knows. I just wanted to get that out there. She put that in a private chat, and I missed it until just now. So
And then we can check that she rides well in the car. too.
yeah.
There
Yeah.
you
Oh, I
go.
can tell you, Mavis does. She's
Great.
very calm in a car.
Uh-huh.
Just
Does
happy
she?
to lay in the back.
What about cats?
I have not had any cats to test her with.
Okay. All right. Well,
How
Although
we'll
old
guinea
ask
is
pigs
your
she?
we
neighbor.
have. We do have one guinea pig, and she seems to not even be bothered that thing exists.
Well, I'll be darned. Okay.
Mm.
So no ducks or chickens or geese.
Well, I'll give you a ball python and a African fat-tailed gecko. Thank you. We've got
Okay.
some in a
So you
glass
do
front
have. So
case
you
that
do have a
has that
couple
floor level.
predators. So you do have
Yeah.
a couple predators living in the house.
Well, they stay behind their cabinet door, and she is not at all bothered.
All right. That's okay. Whoops. Sorry. I worked against you, Melanie.
How old is
I'll leave it alone.
Mavis? Mark?
Mavis is a little over 2.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Wow, she's a baby.
Yeah,
She is.
Cool.
in great shape.
Yeah.
She's just beautiful. Yeah.
Yep.
So
I
I'm going to
understand.
ask you to. I'll
Yeah.
ask you the same question I asked Elle about Felicity. In your opinion, what would her perfect home look like with what you know right now?
Well, I think she could get along with any core family that was consistent, and she'd be a great friend to anybody who she's used to. But and she's okay with kids individually, but I would say probably not a home with kids because kids always have random friends coming over, and that would be like a whole nother introduction job. But I'd say anybody who, she'd love to live with retirees and have people to snuggle all day. But she'd also, I think, do fairly well with people who work. We have a lot of different shifts, so we don't leave her. Sorry?
It looks like she does okay being brushed.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Any groomers can have her. But when we left her alone for a couple hours, we set up a little camera so we could watch what happened, and she just kind of, she just exhaled deeply and took a nap.
Yeah. Sydney hit the nail right on the head. She has such a dignified face.
Doesn't
Yes.
she, though? And the other
Majestic.
amazing thing is I have a pocket full of freeze-dried treats, and she's just staying for the combing.
Wow.
I thought I was going to have to bribe her near the camera.
Wow.
So
But
food
she is
motivated.
food motivated. She
There
is
you
very interested when there's nothing else to do.
Okay. Ain't that something? Wow. So now you're in Maine, right?
Yep.
You don't plan on driving to Iowa anytime soon, do you?
No, thanks. I'm good.
So now this would be more of a question for Julie. where can the adopters be if she's being fostered in Maine?
Well, I would definitely say East Coast. Once they do travel, they go on transport to a specific area. We try to definitely adopt within that area. Now, East Coast being states so close together, you probably have, more of a range, I think.
You're a little more versatile than the Pacific
Right.
Northwest.
Right, right.
Okay. So because they're so close to like states like New York and possibly even Pennsylvania, Eastern Pennsylvania, that could be possible, right?
Sure.
Okay.
Not a
So
connection.
and if you want to drive, you could live in California and drive and get her, maybe, huh?
Sure. That would be quite an adventure. Maybe you could meet Elle halfway and she can pick her up in Iowa. And
Yeah. Well, wait a minute now. I promise you, Mavis is worth the drive,
She
and
is.
so is Felicity.
Oh, look at the sweetheart.
I know.
Oh, she just smelled the treats, huh?
Mhm.
Yep. She got wind of it.
I don't think she's caring about the treats. That's not her expression.
No,
Her
she's here
expression
for
is human
attention.
human interaction is what that expression is. Oh, now it might be treats.
Oh, he's a good girl.
Look at her eyes. You can
And look
see
at
her
these. You
soul.
got these golden speckles on her schnoz.
Uh-huh.
She's a cute one.
Isn't that
Really
typical
is.
spaniels?
I'm sorry?
Isn't that typical of like the spaniel breeds?
Yeah. Yeah. I'd say I've seen some Britneys that have that kind of speckling pattern.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, surprise, surprise. The dog's in rescue. It could be a mixed breed.
It's
Right.
possible.
Right.
All right. Wow, Mark, what a girl you got there. And it's just she only weighs 75 pounds. She's tiny. Well, I guess somebody that owns a Chihuahua wouldn't call her tiny.
We're working on it. Thanks for helping me show her off.
Yeah. And if she gets stuck there, we'd be happy to have you on again or your next foster.
Oh, one more
Right.
thing. For her ideal home, over
Yep.
here she has a yard that she can lord over that is really solidly fenced. And it is perfect for her. She gets out her 5
Perfect.
minutes of zoomies a day and does her
Can
thing.
you move your camera to the left?
Sure thing.
Is that her pen?
That's our temporary doghouse.
She gets
So
to
I
go
built something a
camping
little more
every day.
solid. Hey, the chairs just came in yesterday.
Yeah, you're new there yourselves, right?
Yeah, we just bought the place. The first thing I did was
Okay.
add the fence because you need
Yeah.
a dog place.
Yep. A little tidbit of information for you that you may not be aware of. The Great Pyrenees are not escape artists per se. They are opportunists. Do you see that gap underneath your fence and between that and the ground? That is an opportunity.
I'll keep an eye out.
Okay.
Right.
And sometimes when the grass grows, it'll grow up and close that gap up. And a lot of times that's all it takes. But if she can see under there and get her nose up under there, next thing you know, she's going to have her paws under there, making it big enough for her to go under there and go on a walkabout.
Yeah. we will watch out for that. Uh-oh.
That's just years and years and years of working with this breed. And by the way, if you open your back door and she sees you, you just taught her how to open your back door, just so you know.
Oh, but that's what it's there for. We got our doggy door and everything. Who's
Yeah,
being
unfortunately, if she sees you open your front door,
cute? She's getting playful.
Yeah.
She's
It's
getting
coming.
playful, aren't you, buddy?
look at somebody wants
get the ball?
to somebody
Get the
wants to play.
I got the ball. You can chase it?
Up
Go get it,
here with
girl.
the ball. Yeah. And this is something we don't see very often. So I'm glad you have it on camera. Up here,
That's
that's
the first time
retrieving.
she's returned it.
Right. Oh, okay. I was going to say.
And she patooied it too. She dropped it by going
I know.
patooey.
She must be
Wow.
half retriever. Right, buddy? You got a little golden retriever in there?
Right.
Go on.
Well, my
I'm not
problem
throwing it
is
too
she
far
came
because
back
look,
with it.
yeah, she ran out of will.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's about right.
Good girl.
What happened was
girl.
it's not far enough away, maybe.
Maybe, maybe I
Anyway.
went too short. Well,
All
maybe she
right.
was just looking for a bribe.
Well,
That could be.
well,
That could be.
Lori commented that both the girls are adorable and very well behaved after only a few weeks in their foster. Great job.
That's right.
And
Oh, yeah,
That
she's a
says a
sweetheart.
lot.
you guys have done an awesome job with both these dogs, and we really thank you. You know,
That's right.
you're such a
And we
vital
hope
part.
you do it again.
Oh, look at that face. It's my pleasure.
Right.
Good
She
girl.
just she's starting to. So Roman and I will both tell everybody when you bring a new dog into the home, there's no 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months. It's events. The first event that has to be reached is she has to feel safe,
Mm-hmm.
safe, and there's no time limit on that because we don't know her past. All right, and always remember too, especially with like puppies, if you've had a dog since he was 8 weeks old and now he's 2 years old and you've got a lot of unwanted behavior, we need to step back and look in the mirror a little bit here because you probably accidentally approved of the dog's unwanted behavior without realizing it. Okay. So in some cases, even, boy, she looks puppyish in that view.
Just a kiddo.
All right. Okay. Now, can you stick around for a little while,
Sure
Mark?
thing.
All right. So we're going to move you off to the side because we have another pocket peer. And I think Mavis and this dog could get married maybe. All right. So without further ado, we're going to bring up Apollo. And this boy is a special boy. Okay? Because he's doing behaviors in the daytime that foster mom is questioning if it's happening because she's never seen it herself. Am I close, Lisa?
Yep.
So, first of all, before we go into that's why Roman's here. Roman's here to meet Apollo and get his insight. But first, let's talk about him, okay? You're in Utah. You're in the Salt Lake City area, right?
Ogden area, yeah.
Ogden area. Okay, that's where you measure snowfall in feet, not inches.
I guess, yeah.
And boy, he doesn't look like a pocket peer, but he's a little guy.
He is,
And
yeah.
he looks like he's so full of unwanted behaviors. It's just so pathetic right now, isn't it?
I know. I was trying to get him to even get up and turn around so you guys could at least see his face, and he's just he's not
He's
moving.
just being Apollo, isn't he?
He is.
All right. So, how long have you had Apollo?
3 months.
Okay. And now, how did he come into rescue?
He was pulled from a hoarding situation in New Mexico where there was, I believe, over 90 dogs.
I think the last figure I read was 92 or 95, something like that.
I think
Great
so.
Pyrenees. That was just the Great Pyrenees, over 90.
Oh
of
my
them.
gosh.
Yeah. And he was there was a handful of them that lived on a chain for his life. He was one of them. He was on a chain. So we got him end of January. Very, very scared, obviously. Very timid.
And he was afraid of your husband.
Yeah, so husband and my mom, it seemed like males in general, he was very scared of, and elderly. Well, I'm assuming elderly. My mom's an elderly woman, and he took to me right away. I mean, I was able to pet him and everything. It took a while with Jake, my husband, and probably for the first, I don't know, first 3 weeks, I had to take him out on a leash, and he wouldn't even go outside without me to go potty.
We're talking to the backyard, right?
Well, he wouldn't go to the backyard at first because there
That's
was
right.
some fence aggression going on with the German Shepherds next to us, and he was terrified. He wouldn't even
And
come
Apollo
out.
didn't want anything to do with that, did he?
Yeah, so I had to take him out front to go potty. After about a month, I was able to just go out with him, and he would kind of wander a little bit without me. But now he comes in and out on his own. He'll go out there, run around and play. It took him probably about 2 months to get used to the dogs. Next
That's a
door.
dog that didn't have too much experience with humans, huh?
Yeah. He still doesn't go to the fence when the dogs are outside, but their barking doesn't bother him anymore.
Good. So he doesn't pee himself anymore.
No, and the funny thing is I've never had any issues with. He knew immediately just to go outside. I mean, from the time I got him, he went to the door and knew that he went outside. But interesting, he won't poop in grass. He will only go.
Okay, where does he poop?
He poops either on the side of the house where there's like dirt, or the very far back of our yard where there's like kind of dirt and weeds. He'll go there. He'll pee in the grass, but he won't poop in the grass.
Okay, all right. Go ahead, Roman.
Some guardian breeds don't want their poop to be exposed.
That's right.
So they stick it on a fence, on a cactus, in a bush. So you need the poop bush, if possible.
That's interesting because he finds the most awkward places to try and poop. Like,
Yeah, even though you can even put a big rock, you're gonna poop on top of it.
okay,
Yeah.
okay,
That's right. And that will help him become more comfortable out there because he's going to feel safe while he's poop. He's in the most vulnerable position he can be in for attack is while he's pooping.
He's still very, so, I mean, scared and timid, yes, but he's never shown any signs of aggression. He'll just remove himself from the situation and go to his safe room that we're in right now. But
Yeah, he doesn't necessarily retreat. He just doesn't want to be involved.
yeah. And but he's gotten a lot better, and he'll warm up to people when we have like friends come over. He'll sniff them, and eventually, like within just a few minutes, most people can pet him. My mom still has not been able to pet him though.
And that's one of the things we're going to be talking to Roman about when we get to there. So let's keep going with, how old is he?
We're not sure. The vet said probably about 2.5, 3 years old.
Okay. All right. And when you guys got him, was he emaciated? Did he seem abused or obviously neglected, but what was his condition when you got him?
He wasn't really, I mean, he was underweight, but not compared to some of the other ones. The sanctuary he was at, neutered him and bathed him and stuff, but the way he flinched and kind of was scared made me think that he possibly was abused, but where we don't know this whole story or situation other than It was a hoarding situation and he lived on a chain. He had like a kind of, it wasn't an open wound, but you could see the mark, and they had to like cut off where he was all matted from the chain being on his neck so tight.
So he had a little bit of a rough start in life.
Yeah. But he is the sweetest boy ever. He just wants to be loved, wants to be pet 24/7. And
as long as you're not Lisa's mom.
Yes.
So let's talk about that. Wait a minute. Before we go there. So with what you know now, in the few months that you've had him, what do you think his perfect home would look like?
Perfect home, kind of a quieter home. I have little grandkids, they're 18 months old, that come over, and he's not too fond of him. He kind of stays away and removes himself. If we're all outside, he'll want to be outside with us, but he keeps his distance from the kids. He's not sure.
But he doesn't threaten the kids? Or the kids, the kids aren't afraid of him? Okay.
No, the kids
He just, once again, doesn't want to deal with it.
Yes. Yep. So I would say kind of a quieter home. Again, I don't know. I mean, maybe better if somebody is home with him. I don't know, based on how he is with my mom being
Roman's
home.
going to help us with a little bit of that today, because one of the things that was mentioned about with your mom was a possibility of some sort of separation anxiety.
Yeah.
Right. Always remember, separation anxiety is a disorder, not a behavior. Okay.
Yeah.
We have to keep that in mind. And the chances of them having separation anxiety isn't as high as other breeds, because they're bred from the start to work miles away from any humans. How can they have separation anxiety from us? Well, it is possible. They still need protection sometimes. They need to feel safe. Okay. So, and if you're the one he feels safe with and suddenly you're gone. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but anyway.
I do think he would do, I mean, I have a friend who brings her dog over probably weekly, and we go on walks, and then they play out in the backyard, and he does great with her. and he'll go to the fence line where there's a puppy and he'll play with her. I think he would do good. And I've noticed him being around my friend's dog has actually brought out like his confidence too.
Okay, so maybe another dog in the home would be a good idea then.
But he's
Providing
only,
introductions happen.
yes. And I don't know how he is with male dogs. All the dogs around like my fences are female, and then my friend's dog's a female. So I don't know how he is with male dogs.
Roman wanted to inject.
Since the dog comes from a neglect or hoarding situation, it seems to me, based on his behavior, that he's codependent. So he will likely bond with already established dog in the house. And I wouldn't put the dog too old, because if the dog is too old and he passes out, he's going to freak out when he's older.
That's
So
right.
I would like maybe look into a dog a similar age, already established, that he can bond with. I would technically prefer a female over a male in that particular case.
Yeah.
Because the
Yeah,
female,
everybody needs a girlfriend, right?
right? But I think a male with a male dog may get offended by him being so needy
Right.
in the field. And if I kind of pick up on that, he feels more comfortable having a kind of like a loving, caring, and keeping me together
The
energy and
nurturing.
nurturing energy, then kind of like it gets go in the front and figure things out kind of attitude.
That's right.
And I will
Now-
say, as far as the backyard goes, the one side of our backyard is only the 4 or 5 foot fence, and he's not shown any interest whatsoever in trying to jump it.
Okay.
He
And
will.
that's interesting. That's very, very interesting, because dogs that come out of hoarding situations like that, usually the dogs are watching out for each other. And they're usually a very high flight risk to go back to that where they felt safe. And for him not to challenge the low fence speaks volumes on what you got going on.
It could also be that the German Shepherd's on the other side of the fence.
Okay, well, I didn't know that part. Yeah,
But
that could easily be the problem right there.
He does, though. I will say, he'll try and take off out the door. Yeah,
that's right. He has too. He darted with your husband, didn't he?
Yeah, a couple weeks after we had him, he took off out the door.
Right.
But
Now it's been 2.5 months later, or 3.5 months later, or 2.5 months later. Do you think he would still dart?
yes.
I would definitely use him a GPS tag.
Okay.
Yeah, a GPS collar. Yeah, not a shot collar, a GPS collar.
Right.
Satellite.
No,
Right.
Just a tag, when he shows up somewhere, at least you can track him back.
Okay.
Right. Now, so we've got that. So now Apollo's with the Great Pyrenees Rescue Resources, Utah, Montana. We lovingly call that GPRRUM because the other one is just a mouthful. All right. So now let's talk about when you and Jake go to work.
So I leave, and then Jake leaves about 45 minutes later. And as soon as we leave, he goes to my mom's bedroom door and starts whining and barking and scratching at the door. And then when she does finally get up, it doesn't stop. And all day long, he's just whining and barking and walking around the house. He'll go outside with her, and he'll just sit at the gate and bark at the gate. She says he'll even
Makes
just
sense.
like lay in the grass and bark.
Yeah.
And then if he's in the house, he just walks around and whines and
And
yeah,
now
just all day long.
also, just the other day, something new has been added, right?
Yes. So just the other day, Wednesday, he started barking at my mom. She was actually in the bathroom, and he nudged the door open, and he went in, and he was laying on the floor in there barking at her.
So
And
let me get this straight. He's laying down on the floor, barking at your mom.
yes. And then when he did it
Okay.
again on Thursday, he wasn't laying down. He was standing, but he had one of his paws up.
Which paw?
I have no idea.
Right or left?
I don't know.
In certain cases, it can make a difference, but in
Okay.
most cases, it's irrelevant, right, Roman?
Yeah. Well, noted.
My mom, so he she felt that he was like saying she was an intruder and needed to get out, but it wasn't an aggression. It wasn't growling.
No.
I told her, he's trying to communicate with you something. My mom also has health issues. She wears oxygen. She has a pacemaker. I think he was trying to communicate something, but I don't think even he really knows. I just think he probably knew something was off or changed, and that's why he was kind of alerting her.
And then your mom will get anxiety throughout the day because of the constant barking and whining. And now he's going to feed off of the anxiety now too, which is adding to the confusion.
Yeah.
Interesting, isn't it, Roman?
Yep. So first of all, I think we have a combination of separation anxiety on the top, and eventually he functions as a medical alert dog. So I would do 2 tests. The first one is kind of see if you can get a monitor in the house that records, like video recording,
Okay.
like a security system, whatever you can get. And if it's activated, check your mother's alert system, if she has one, her health check, and see if the dog responds to a spike.
Okay.
Right? That's number one. Number two. Number one is separation anxiety, because considering that he needs the family together because he grew up in a hoarding situation, he wants everybody to be together, and you guys leaving makes him anxious. And his whining is to get her up out of the house to get you back in the house. So he's telling your mother to bring you back in the house.
Okay.
Like, I don't
So-
know, that sounds
And
weird.
you know what?
The
That
interest-
crossed my mind, but I wanted to wait on you. I was wondering about that. But
Yeah.
I'm thinking also that, okay, will any spike trigger an alert to the monitoring company on her pacemaker?
I think so. Yeah. I would obviously just need to call the doctor's office and have them
Okay,
tell me.
but
like,
it won't trigger an audible alert. Not all of them.
no, not unless it's to where it has to like
Okay.
Kickstarter or whatever.
Roman, I have a message out to that study in Sweden also that's studying the medical assistance Great Pyrenees with the heart attacks. It's a human cardio study. And so I've got a message out to them detailing about the pacemaker and what I'm asking. So I just sent that message.
Yeah. So dogs can sense any type of change of mood or any change of arrhythmia. They can pick it up. Some dogs more, some dogs less. Now, because your dog comes from a hurting situation and trauma is very likely to happen, he's hypervigilant and starts seeing combination of things. And it doesn't take him long to figure things out.
Mhm.
The way she walks, the way she moves, right? Her patience can already alert him of a change. Just like he knows exactly when you're going to leave for the weekend or you're going to go to work.
Absolutely. We talked about that, about changing
Yeah.
routine maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I would say is prioritizing a separation anxiety protocol and help him feel safe with your departure, because if he sees your departure looking in from being a codependent dog, he needs you to function.
Right.
So we need to
And in
kind of
this
help him.
situation, this could be a disorder of separation anxiety, like separating a bonded pair, something similar.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there are different types of triggers around the separation anxiety. So we want to capture the trigger. We know it's trauma-based, majorly, but we need to see if he can be independent, which he struggles with, while you're being gone. So that would be kind of like my approach, treating
Right. There's
separation
one more
anxiety in that
tidbit of
case.
information, Roman.
Go
If
ahead.
they just leave to go grocery shopping for an hour, he doesn't do any of this.
Yes, because he knows they're going to come back earlier because he can see the
It's-
pattern.
It's the wrong day, wrong time. All right. Because he knows when they're getting ready to go to work and that they're going to be gone a long
Yeah,
time.
I had a case of a Great Dane who was perfectly fine for all the departures except of 2 types of departures. where the owner would leave longer than 4 hours. And guess where the dog picked it up? The person took a shower and put the roll on in a different time of the day rather than the others. And he knew it's going to feel longer. And
His
he would
internal alarm
throughout the
clock
time.
got set.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was sensing the hair blower and all these things that come, which usually been happening. But there was something in particular this person did when she went to the boyfriend. They took longer to return.
Yeah.
And he figured
Lisa
it
has
out.
identified routine early on triggering him. She can see it, she said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing is with my mom, like he'll go in her room and lay on her bed while she's in there watching TV on her chair, or if she's out back, he'll lay up on the step right next to her and everything. But she can't pet him or walk near
She can't
him.
touch him. Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll lay
He's-
next to
he's on
her, but
duty.
she can't touch him.
Yeah, he's on
Now-
duty, and she's on his watch list too.
I have a theory. The hoarding situation in New Mexico, it was a male. Where was the wife? Could she have died of a heart attack?
Mm.
And
Good
he knew
point.
it?
Good point.
We don't know that. We probably never will know that, but that's something but we might be able to test for it. Roman would be that man there then.
Yeah.
That's something we might be able to figure out.
And with pacemakers, there's all different types,
That's right.
And
You're a nurse.
Yeah, the majority of them, they will trigger for a, irregularity, I would say, in a heart rate or a change. Some are 100% pace, some are, will just kick on. So,
So they'll alter in pace?
it depends, right? But for the majority, if the heart rate is, they're set for a certain heart rate, and if it goes below that, then it'll
Gotcha,
trigger
gotcha.
and pace. So he might
And
be
I
picking
can,
that up, or
and he can detect that. We've got evidence of that.
right.
Or
I was tweeting.
if we go a little bit further than that, he's triggering her heart rate. So he can play
Right.
the pacemaker.
Right. That's fascinating, because
Yes, it
right,
is.
instead of the pacemaker having to kick in, he's
So which means
barking to make
the
her
alarm system will not trigger of the pacemaker kicking in because the dog fixed it.
Mhm.
Oh wow.
Just
That's
saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is all boils down to he's safety for your mom.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Unfortunately, your mom's got anxiety over it because it's frustrating to her.
Yeah. And it doesn't help that she just has anxiety.
Does she
overall.
yell at first responders too? Just curious. All right, I'm kidding. All right.
Now, would he, because he maybe sees his role different with his mom, is that why he reacts differently to her, do you think? Because he looks at his role as being
He's an assistant with her. I
yeah,
think.
a health protector or something. Is that why? Do you think could that be the difference on why he reacts to his mom the way he does?
It's a suspicion. Okay,
Right.
we're
Mhm.
suspicious of it.
Yeah.
We don't know for sure. Roman's going
Right.
to. This is Roman's specialty right here. Okay.
What? I'm not a house maker. No. What? One thing that I would guess that we can help the mother or the grandmother to use the dog's behavior to help her do some breathing exercises
Okay.
and see if the dog responds to that.
Okay.
Right?
See
Mom,
why
how
he's
you
here?
feel right now? I'm like, he's making me anxious. Okay, Mom, how about you take a deep breath in, and 1 and 2, and then we check the dog on the side, how the dog calms down too.
Okay.
Because
Is
if
that
he's
something you might be able to do over the phone from your work, if possible?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Get my mom to do deep breaths?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Okay.
Or we can actually train her when the dog barks. That's what you do.
Yeah.
Like conditioning the mom to do things because the dog barked.
And that may be enough to where the dog no longer needs to alert.
Okay.
Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Roman,
I think we have an insert because there's a dog digging in the background. I'm
Yep.
not saying anything. I'm just saying there's a dog digging in the yard.
There is a dog digging. It's mainly moss, and we just pulled out a planter, so she kind of has an example of diggable area. She has a rope toy she's got to hide, I think.
Yeah.
no, I think she thinks you're going to plant corn and she's plowing.
Oh, so good of her to help.
Who started the digging?
So fast.
Started the digging.
And you know, I like it when new dogs dig. That means they're becoming a little more comfortable.
She must think she'll be here to dig that thing up later.
And make sure it stays there so she can dig it up later.
Oh, yeah.
Don't,
I'm going to have to
don't
fill
go
it in so
creating
no one
a
trips.
problem
But,
by taking it.
you know, she can
Look
keep
at
her
her
up
go
there.
to town. Look at that dirt fly out from behind her.
Yeah, she can hit the fence from about 8 feet away.
There you go.
Wow. Are you seeing this, Lisa?
Oh yeah.
Definitely no need for nail trimming on that one.
Right.
So
right.
no complicated
That's
gardens
right.
in the back, please.
It makes you thankful that you've got, well, Apollo that really doesn't do that, does he?
Right.
No, he dug one time and it's just a little hole. He'll just kind of go lay in every once in a while.
Yeah.
He loves
Well,
to
it ain't
be
that little of
outside.
a hole if he can lay in it. He looks kind of big for a little hole.
Well, yeah, I guess. He
I
loves
know
being
what you
outside
mean.
and he'll run around and play and he gets his zoomies and he is a big goofball. He's just like the sweetest boy and
Yeah.
and I hate that.
And I have a feeling it's going to be hard to adopt him, to take him away from you.
Yeah, but with the stress and stuff on my mom.
Hey, look, Lisa, there's Peanut's mom, Amber.
Oh, who's less pretty now?
How about that?
You proud of yourself, little dog?
Oh, I gotta see her nose.
Better look at the nose.
Yeah.
Good
She's
job.
actually surprisingly dirtless on her nose. Okay.
It
Back
dries
to
up and falls
Apollo.
off quick.
That's
Back
one
to
thing
Apollo.
with Apollo and his nose. I don't know if let's see if I can.
He had a biopsy done, right?
He did. Let's see.
Hmm.
He's
Look how
so-
white he looks.
Mhm.
He doesn't have. When we first got him, his nose was just pretty much raw and full of ulcers, and they suspected it was like a form of lupus on his nose. So we've been treating it. He got a biopsy a couple weeks ago, and it all came back. Everything's okay. They suspected previous solar damage just from him being chained up in extreme weather. But
So
the
it didn't
pigment
look like an injury then.
Yeah, but the pigment in his nose probably won't come back, and it's on his eye a little bit too. But it doesn't bother him now that it's healed and that it's painful. Oh, hi. Hi. He's got the tan streaks in him also on this side, but yeah, his
So he's
his
lopsided?
nose is all healed. Yeah, he's lopsided.
Okay.
He's beautiful.
So can you see Lori's comment, Roman? Couldn't he be trained to help with her mom, Roman? And that's actually what we're investigating right now. That's what-
Yeah, that's what we looked into, testing
Yeah.
testing his sensitivity. And if he responds to the mother's heart rate before the pacemaker does, then he would be a medical alert dog. But
Absolutely.
we would not know because the system would trigger and adjust the heart rate before we can measure. Right? So
Yeah.
if we closely monitor the dog's behavior and compare it with the data we get from the pacemaker, then we can see if he's a medical alert dog or not and how early he recognized the fault.
Right.
And that data is available on a pacemaker. It's downloadable. So
Cool.
we could
All right.
that could definitely be matched.
And that would be a wealth of information for when he gets it, because, now maybe he can be, the Great Pyrenees medical support, Medical assistants, well, they have a little quirk. You take a big chance if you ever need a first responder in your home. Well, he's still a livestock guardian breed. All right.
Yeah, that's the problem that I see with people who want to have a guardian breed as a service dog. In crisis, he will not let anybody come in.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Because it's all chaotic and he's got to control the chaos.
Right.
Absolutely. And he does that through intimidation. But you see, if the intimidation doesn't work, what will his next step be? Okay. So the cool part about the Great Pyrenees, there's always a next step. They always have something else they can do to replace something that's not working. For example, if he gives silent signals of "I'm not comfortable when you approach," but you missed it, and then he growls instead, "Oh crap!" Well, that's not a bad dog. That's just because we missed all the silent signals. He had to tell you, "Look, I'm not comfortable," but he doesn't have our vocal cords.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all that is, and they get so misunderstood on that, and we're struggling to get society to accept the fact that that's communication, not aggression.
Mhm.
But anyway,
I
Yeah.
wish
it looks
he'd
like
get
that
up.
boy ain't got a aggressive bone in his body, just like a typical Great Pyrenees.
And maybe Lori, if your mom understands it from that standpoint, it might make her feel a little less anxious too,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know?
We was hoping to get her mom on the show or to be sitting with Lori, but this is her nap time. You got to remember she's not healthy, and she's Lori's mom or Lisa's mom.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's not a spring chicken to go with it, and she's just enjoying the peace right now.
Yeah.
And so is he. He's off duty.
I know. And that's interesting because he never acts like that when I'm home. I mean, because I'm there, and that's one thing she
Yeah,
said.
you've
well,
never witnessed it, have you? You've never seen him do what he does to your mom.
No, my husband witnessed it just the other day, which I actually thought with me being gone and he was off that day that he would actually be a little bit more calmer when I went to work.
Yeah.
But no, he was still just whiny and barky all morning, even with
We've been
Jake.
trying to get video, but her mom is just not. She just can't do it.
Yeah, definitely the house monitoring system that will.
Yeah, the IP camera, absolutely.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
have to.
yeah.
I'll look into that.
Yeah.
I wish he
they're
would
not
get up.
expensive at all anymore.
Okay.
And
I did get the white noise box that you
okay, good.
mentioned, so we'll try that Monday
good.
also.
Good. I'm sorry, but Mavis is just good looking, and Apollo's sleeping. So,
I know. I want him to get up so everybody can see him.
well, the good news
Is Felicity still on the couch?
Felicity
She's on
had
guard.
to sign out.
Oh,
She had
okay.
to sign out.
Okay. I'm sure that's where we'll find her.
Oh, I guarantee it. Felicity is she can give lessons on being a couch potato. Okay. And that's fine. All right. Well, what a show. Roman, thank you so much for coming on. And
Yeah,
if it's
thank
okay
you.
with you, we will keep you in the email loops. Okay. I appreciate that.
Okay,
And she
so-
doesn't spam anybody. At least she hasn't spammed me yet. So,
And so next time, what is the poll saying for next time? Meanwhile,
oh, Melanie, what's the poll? Anytime. We're on overtime.
We had 6 votes for resource guarding.
okie
Yep,
dokie.
there it is. It's we want resource guarding, 14% versus 86%. So now isn't next week Mother's Day?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
We're not going to officially have a show because of all these moms, and I'm not going to argue with a mom because I don't want to get beat up by a girl again. But doesn't mean that Roman can't come on.
Hey, come on! I have a mom too.
Oh, good point. All right. So next week we won't be here. We will replay this show. What about that?
Cool. More airtime for Mavis.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, we will replay, and that's more exposure for Apollo, Mavis, and Felicity. And Lisa, you're doing great work there. Nice job.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, this is amazing. So the poll is closed because it's after 5 Eastern time. It's after midnight Roman time.
Should be in bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was in bed. We woke him up.
No, it's not true. I did some homework.
Oh,
Did
Mr.
you?
Garvey. Yes. He got adopted.
Oh.
And he's not too far away from me, but no, he ain't got any behavior issues. I don't have a dog to work with that's that close to me in the same time zone. So no, that's too easy. But thank you for adopting him. I was suspicious he was going to do just fine. And I think Mavis, you see how she's laying? She's going to do just fine.
She is so cute.
Mhm.
She is. She's adorable. She's so pockety. Right?
She's very comfortable
a
and
word?
very much in her element.
Right. Mark,
Yes,
I
she
have a
is.
pocket peer too, and they are the best. They're all peer, just a little shorter, just a little shorter legs, you know.
They're my
But they're
favorite
great.
breed.
Yeah.
Well, personally, and I think Sydney will agree with me, seniors are the best.
Yeah, that too. That
Oh, they
is
get
too.
better with age.
Right.
That's right. They've been there, done it, seen it all, and just don't care anymore.
That's right.
They're just so typically so laid back now.
Right. Right.
So,
And-
all right, everybody.
Good girl.
We got to take this poll down so we can exit the show. And let's make sure we don't have any more comments here.
Mhm. And thank you all
Um,
to the fosters that are out there on the dogs that are a little more challenging. You know,
Right.
they deserve a chance, and you know, it shows on the show today just how wonderful you guys have done in such a short period of time with these dogs. You know,
Right.
and we appreciate that, and they
We
appreciate.
have a suggestion for Apollo in the comments. Roman, what do you think? Can you see it?
Yeah. Well, I would think you cannot distract a guardian dog with food if he has separation anxiety.
Right.
What we want is we use that later once the dog learns how to be independent to have something you do as enrichment. But you cannot pretend you're leaving the house and the guardian dog would not figure it out.
That's right. Because they are,
I would say
They're
food does
very
not address
intelligent.
separation anxiety, right?
Yeah.
But it's part of the training protocol to add food because it makes them feel better.
that's right. Absolutely. And you are right about that. It's just a little too soon yet. I mean, that
Yeah.
will probably end up in the equation. He's he's an interesting boy, interesting enough for me to invite Roman on here.
And one thing I want to add, if we suspect that the dog is a medical alert dog and he uses barking to do the medical alert, and then we try to reward that, we kind of create a problem because then barking becomes the alert and it's not necessary because poking can be an alert.
Right.
So we want to modify pretty early how we want the dog to do the alert, because the last thing you want at midnight to wake everybody up, he could eventually poke or do some particular behaviors that we need for the alert.
Or go get a particular human or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Or push a button or something.
Push the button. That's right.
Right.
Yep.
So I do have a
One
quick
of the-
question.
Okay.
When you mentioned the breathing, for her to, like, when he's barking and stuff, to just kind of do the breathing, was that for like the general whining and barking that he does all day, or was that when he's like barking at her?
When he's barking at her.
Okay.
Yeah.
If that is an early alert for her
Okay.
heart issue, and if, of course, we have to communicate with the doctor what he suggests her to do if a crisis is coming up and the dog picks up before the machine does.
Right.
Okay.
So it's
What Roman's
it's not-
doing, he's learning. He's got to learn. And he's testing to see if that's what's actually happening. That's why
Okay.
he's doing that. Right, Roman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not giving
Don't wanna
medical
second guess it.
advice here. I'm just,
Right, right.
checking
Right.
things out.
So for
Well, see,
the
medical advice and identifying medical support dogs, that's two different things.
right.
Yeah.
Julie can give medical advice. She's a registered nurse.
No. Although it's Nurses Week and we're happy and everything, but I would suggest maybe going in and to a cardiologist, and he can easily download that data to make sure that that she's not having any type of increased cardiac event, not that it's like threatening, but it can even show some data there to if something more is going on.
Now,
And I do
since-
get the emails that I can go in and see, like the last one I got on Thursday, and I can't remember what date it ended, but I don't believe Wednesday was on there. But and it shows like 6 events.
Oh, so an event will trigger an email to you?
No, he just when he remotes in and checks like the activity of it for the month,
Okay, I got
then
you.
I get an email saying, there's new results, and then I just go in and review it.
But I would check also the oxygen level just in case the dog is triggered by the oxygen levels.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's right. Because I actually know of a couple of Great Pyrenees that's what they do is detect low blood oxygen.
Okay.
But
'Cause she's
if
on
you are
oxygen.
getting if you are getting emails saying there's been an event, maybe trying to correlate if the dog's actually alerting at those times where the email stating at 1300 she
And that's
had,
exactly what Roman's trying to
right,
determine
right,
is
right,
is the timing. Yes.
right,
So it sounds like
So-
it just got a little bit easier.
right.
Okay. Yeah, I'll see if there's a way that I can go. I'll just call our cardiologist, see if there's a way I can go in and like review it, or if I have to
Right.
wait for him to send
And
it to me.
I have a question about the device itself. When it detects a irregular heartbeat, does it instantly fix it?
Yes.
Does it happen instantaneously?
If she has a pacemaker and it goes below whatever that pacemaker set at, it will automatically kick on and pace a beat.
What
So,
happens if the dog is more sensitive than the pacemaker?
that would be,
Is that possible even?
it could be. It could be, or he's sensing that there's an irregularity. Maybe he's noting that the pacemaker's kicking on. I mean, it's
I would
it's
be more
amazing to think
I
any
would
of
be
that,
I would be more
Yeah.
suspicious that he's detecting a subconscious emotion change.
Mhm. Yeah.
What do you think about that, Roman? Because sometimes our emotion changes and we don't even know it. Like when a heart attack starts coming up.
We have to see what triggers the irregularity of the heart. It could
Yeah.
be an oxygen change. It could be anything in the system, in a nervous system, making a difference, and then triggers an arrhythmia. And I'm not a doctor. I don't know. I'm just checking something the dog can pick up that we have to measure. Which means, can we measure oxygen? Yes, we can measure oxygen. Some watches can measure oxygen, so that would be a good option to check the watch if the watch is
My watch
triggered.
does that.
Right, and watches also can check heartbeat rate, so the watch also records the heartbeat and the oxygen at the same time.
Okay.
My problem with my watch, it calls people at random. So it does. I swear to God, it does. So I don't wear it.
So for the just in general barking and whining all day, and I know I'll switch up my routine in the morning and see if that helps at all. Is there anything? I mean, we'll try and get recordings of it or anything, but is there anything I can maybe have her?
No,
Start
not
doing-
for you. What I would do is I would send you, if you were my client, I would send you a questionnaire, a separation anxiety questionnaire, to start capturing data.
Okay.
And then once we have data together, even if we have a video footage, then we can do the assessment. What exactly is triggering? When does it start? And what we can do to address it.
Okay.
Right. I have noticed I worked with a dog in Austria who the dog did not have a problem with people not being in the house. He had a problem with seeing them leaving. So
Mhm.
everybody treated the dog for separation anxiety and ignored that. And I said, you know what? Keep him outside in the balcony, give him some food, and then leave and see what he does. He didn't care less. He just didn't want them to see him leaving. He didn't care of them not being there.
Look at
Okay.
him wiggling his paws.
I know he's dreaming.
Yeah.
Good.
All
I
right,
need to
so,
let you go.
Yeah, but we will keep you in the email loop, Roman. And
Thank you, Roman.
yeah. All right, everybody. So next week, no show. Week after that, maybe we can get Roman to come back on if we say pretty please, and talk about resource guarding. I think that's what the poll said, right, Melanie?
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Bye now.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye, thank you.